Now, there's always been that debate on whether or not college athletes should have the right grades to play in college. My name is Andrew Jallo, and I'm here to talk to you about how college athletes should have the right academic requirements to be able to play. Not only just that, but to also graduate from college, and if the pro life does not work in their favor, they will also have a career path that they could possibly pursue. And that is what I'm here to talk about here today. College athletes should be required to meet the academic requirements of their schools. We use the report card image as an example of showing what classes they take and what they need to require to take, not only to play in their games, but to pass their classes and to potentially, if so, have a career after college. In a 2018 study, it shows that 60% of college athletes who do not get drafted end up working a 9 to 5 job because they don't take their college academic requirements seriously and do not pass college. Not only this, the other reason is that they'll be in debt, in major debt, and that is something that is very serious to look at. So you gotta make sure that if you are an athlete, that you take your classes seriously, and that it should be that way, and the school should be strict in showing that students who are athletes need to take their classes seriously, just in case if, like it showed in the studies, that 60% of students who are athletes did not get drafted and ended up working 9 to 5 jobs. And that's something that should be taken seriously and should be looked at. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. This is a huge quote that's very important for any athlete who's struggling in college. You need to take the classes seriously. Take the classes seriously so you not only can play in your matches, but also so you can have a backup plan. Without a backup plan, you won't have anything after college. And not only that, you will be in major debt. But if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And that's something that's very, very important and that should be looked at from any college student who's struggling as an athlete. Here's a graph of the graduation success rates that have been trending for Division I student athletes. These are people from different ethnicities, different races that are taking it very, very, very seriously. But if you look from back then, it was a little bit different. But looking at it towards now in 2023, it has growth and strengthened. This is because many universities have been requiring students to have the right grades and the right GPAs to play in their sports. And this is something that is going to continue on for the next generations. And that this is a very, very serious graph to look at, and it should inspire any athlete who wants to take their classes seriously at a right university that you can do it, but it's a requirement. And this requirement is very, very serious. Many parents should start when their kids are able to learn that they should learn discipline of the schools, learning that you should start young, early, learning, have a bigger mindset, and do well in your classes. Parents should look at their students, and if they want to become something, whatever it is, that they should always make sure to do well in their classes because not only they'll learn faster, but they'll learn more about the world, and it's a lot more beneficial for if they wanted to do something huge. In the 2020 study, it showed that kids in groups who learn together shows growth, shows teamship. It shows a lot, and it shows big improvement for many students who learn all together and build each other one up as like a little team going. And this is very, very important to look at. And teach your kids young, teach them young about the world, teach them young about grouping up and taking classes seriously. You want each of your kids to be successful. None of you want your kids to not be successful. And this is very important. And this could be playing a big mind factor. I say a big mind factor as in this slide it shows that there are a bunch of kids playing sports young. Kids who are playing sports young as athletes become and want the dream of becoming a pro. Not only that, but getting your kids into school and making sure they're taking that seriously, then having them do any type of sport is a major, major success. And this is something that will help young kids who grow up to become adults have that mindset of I need to do well in school to make sure not only I want to play my games, but I will also pursue the pro life if I do get drafted. If not, then I will know I have a career afterwards. And it's a very, very important look at this point. In a 2016 study, it shows that around 45% of students who did not get drafted became entrepreneurs or became in working companies. And this shows that a lot of them actually did become more successful than the players who are playing now in the NFL. It shows you that having a plan B option is a huge, huge deal, as you could become an entrepreneur or you work in your own organization or etc. You could still become successful. Even if you do not become a pro athlete, there's still many ways to become successful with a college degree. And it helps very much in this work environment world. And looking at these images right here shows business, shows money, shows success, and bottom right below shows plan B. This is a plan B option. This is not your first option. Your first option was to become a pro athlete, but since that didn't work, you still became successful with this option as a plan B. All in all, have a positive attitude and be happy. That's it. That's all you need. As long as you have a positive attitude and you're happy and you know what you want to do, you will become successful. No matter what classes you're taking, no matter how bad you want to play in that team or sport, as long as you do well in your schools, as long as you're happy with a positive mindset, you'll become successful no matter what. And that's how it's going to be. I'm Andrew Jallo. This was my presentation. I want to thank you all for coming. And the key to success. This is the new step. This is the new generation. Let's go.